Hello and welcome to IP Lesson. In this lesson we will learn about Bing and DNS. So what is Bing? Bing is a basic internet program that allows a user to test and verify if a particular destination IP address exists and accept requests in computer network. Bing uses message and this message called ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. Bing use ICMP request and ICMP reply. Let's take a look at our topology in order to understand more what does the Bing do in our network. In our topology here we have two routers, one switch and a PC. After we build and configure our equipment, the first thing that we need to verify is test connectivity. In order to verify that the network equipment can reach each other, and if we add another service, it wouldn't be a problem. So after we build our network here, we need to test and see if router 1 can reach PC 1 or not. In that case, we can use the Bing. So the Bing command will send ICMP echo request. And as you can see here, this request sent from the router to the PC. If there is a connectivity between the router and the PC1, as soon as PC1 will receive this request or the ICMP echo request, it will respond with ICMP echo reply. And in that case, we confirmed that there is a connectivity between R1 and PC1. So let's do the Bing lab. I will use the topology that we used for ARB. So it's already configured. I will go to the simulation and click edit filter, and I will disable all the messages except the ICMP. I'm gonna do the same thing here. So now let's do a Bing from PC1 to PC2. PC1 have the IP address 1.1.1.1. PC2 have the IP address 1.1.1.2. PC3 have the IP address 1.1.1.3 and .4 here. Open PC1, go to command prompt, and then I will do Bing 1.1.1.2. As soon as I will hit enter, there is a ICMP message will exit out from PC1. We can click on this message, and as you can see, it's sourced from PC1, destination is PC2, and the type is ICMP message. We can click also on the outbound BDU details, and this will give you information about the ICMP message. Let's close that, play. And as you can see, PC2 receive a message and reply to that message to PC1. It will do the same thing 4 times. So we can close the simulation and click on real time. And as you can see, it did the same thing 4 times. We can do the same thing for PC3 and PC4. I will click on my up arrow key, delete 2 and put 3. It's reachable. I can delete 3 and put 4. And it's reachable. So as you can see, the Bing command is very helpful. We can test connectivity between sites. We can verify that the network equipment are connected remotely. And also Bing command is very helpful if we are adding some services to our site. For example, if we are adding a website, we can confirm that there is a connectivity first to this website. So let's take a look at the output that we see from the Bing command. So as you can see, when we receive reply, that means that we are connected. If there is no connection to the destination, it will give you requested timeout. Here it tells you where is that reply from, the size, and the TTL. And for TTL, we said before that the Windows machine sends the data with TTL 128. Here also the statistics of that ping. It tells us that it sent 4 packets, it received 4, and it lost 0%. Next we have the DNS. DNS server stands for Domain Name System. The DNS server uses something called the DNS record to translate the domain name into IP address. So let's take a look at our example here in order to understand more what is the DNS and what it do. Here we have the google.com server. Its IP address is 8.8.3.3. And when we use our PC, we don't type the IP address 8.8.8.3. We just type the domain name, which is www.google.com. The reason of typing the domain name instead of the IP address is that human beings memorize names better than numbers. So if you ask someone to memorize 8.8.3.3 and this is just for one website, think about the rest of the websites that you know and think how long it will take you to memorize those IP addresses. This is not ideal for network. For that reason, we use the DNS server. Let's see how the DNS server will work. So when we open our browser and type google.com, by default, our device is configured with an IP address for DNS. So any request we do have to go first to the DNS in order to get the IP address. And as you can see here, I have the DNS server 5.5.5.5. As soon as I will type www.google.com, my PC will forward a request to the DNS server, ask him what is the IP address of www.google.com. My DNS server have a record and it will look at this record. In this record, it will see that google.com have the IP address 8.8.3.3. So it will respond back with the website IP address, which is 8.8.3.3. And after that, our PC right now will be able to forward that request to google.com IP address. You can test the DNS at your Windows machine by opening the CMD and then type ns lookup www.google.com. It will give you the list of the IP addresses that used for Google. You can open your browser and type https:// one of those IP addresses. It will give you that warning. Just click on advanced, then proceed to unsecure, and then you will land on google.com page. So let's do the DNS lab. I will do a simple lab. I will use a one PC, one server, and then I will use a 3560 switch. I will connect those devices together and put some notes. So here is the IP addresses that I will use. On the PC, I will use 1.1.1.1. On the server, I will use 1.1.1.2. And since this server will be the DNS server, I will use its IP address to be the IP address of the URL www.iplesson.com. So let's configure the IP address of our PC. I will click on PC, IP configuration, IP address 1.1.1.1. Subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. The DNS server will be 1.1.1.2. Let's close that and open the server. I will go to the server, desktop, IP configuration, and then give it IP address 1.1.1.2. Subnet mask will be 255.255.255. .0, and the DNS, I will tell it use yourself as a DNS server. So any request coming to you, or you need to go to any website, use yourself to resolve this URL. So it will be 1.1.1.2. So let's close that. Let's test the connection between the server and the PC2. Command prompt ping 1.1.1.2. As you can see, it's reachable. So let's open the browser and see what will happen when we try to go to iplesson.com. So here I will type www.iplesson.com. Go, and as you can see, nothing happened. So let's enable the DNS server on my server here. I will click on my server, then click on service, and then click on DNS, enable service, and put the address here 1.1.1.2. Let's also enable the HTTP service, and it's on. Let's put the name www.iplesson.com. The address will be 1.1.1.2. Click add. So let's test that now. I will go back to the PC, open the browser, and put www.iplesson.com. And as you can see, our PC was able to resolve this name. Let's go back to the command prompt and try ns lookup www.iplesson.com. And as you can see here also, it can give me the server address. This is the end for this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.